Well, hello everyone. I hope you're all having a very nice day today. I was not planning on making this video because I had no idea what was going on. But here I am making a video. I was going to do an r/anti-MLM video, but I guess that's going to have to be pushed off to next week because I'm going to be too busy editing this. Since this video is going to be a little on the longer side, I think, I have me drawing in the background because I figured that would be a little more pleasant than just meme pictures. But anyways, so I'm going to be talking about this whole situation with the WFABB, because it is a situation, and I thought that it would be kind of interesting to explain the situation and just talk about it in general, because I know it was very confusing for me because I didn't know what was going on, so I did a little bit of research, and it is unbelievable situation. So let's get right into it. I have some notes here so I can stay on track, and let's just get to it, I guess. This is going to be a ride, so buckle up. If you are unfamiliar with WFABB, also known as Work From Anywhere Boss Babes / Work From Anywhere Business Builders / Work From Anywhere Boss Builders, because I have heard all three of those being used as the acronym for WFABB, so I don't know which one. I'm pretty sure that it's Work From Anywhere Boss Builders, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm just going to call them WFABB. They're a well-known Monat group made up of several distributors who are high up in Monat's ranks, and you may even recognize some of the distributors' faces or voices in this video, since I have seen a couple of these women featured a few times on anti-MLM channels, so you may recognize some people in here. This whole fiasco unfolded on or around Thanksgiving, and since I was chilling and eating pie with my family, I had no idea what was going on because I was offline pretty much the whole day. And it wasn't until I saw Small Anti-MLM Angel's Instagram post and Isabella Lanter's video here on YouTube, where I finally understood what the heck was going on. So you should definitely check both of those videos out. And also, both of those videos are where I get my screenshots from, because I couldn't find them anywhere else. I'm sure they're floating around on other pages somewhere, but I just didn't really know where to look, honestly. So they were both very helpful with my making of this video. So big shout out to both of them. They don't really need my shout outs because they're both much bigger creators than I am, but they're both really excellent creators, so you should definitely, just check out their stuff because they're both really great. WFABB, to my knowledge, is a group of uplines and downlines in Monat, and from the outside, it looks almost like an exclusive club. It has some key characters that we're going to talk about, and those are Kelly, Jasmine, and Sandra, who I'll just be referring to as Dre, because that's what she's called on all her social medias. So Jasmine, Kelly, and another woman named Danielle Marie are the creators of WFABB. Kelly was friends with both of them, but on Thursday she posted several screenshots on her Instagram story, as well as some posts about the team and her experience with them. I might be missing a few pieces, but these are all the ones that I could gather, and they paint a pretty clear picture. So Kelly said, "I've been getting so many DMs about this, so out of respect for everyone to know the truth, I'm going to address it on my story one time. I don't F with WFABB anymore because of the way Jasmine, the other girl I started WFABB with, and all the other leaders want to move. First, I got voted off WUWW, which is their team call / podcast, by 8 leaders in the leadership chat, since all the other 30 leaders got kicked out of that chat last minute with a 2-day notice that if they didn't re-rank to MMB, they getting kicked out. Okay, cool. You want to give my WUWW day away to someone else? No problem, Jasmine. Whatever you say." Then, 3 days later, all of a sudden, I find myself kicked out of all the WFABB chats. The leadership chat, the main WFABB chat, and our Zoom link chat. I confronted Jasmine as to why she would kick me out of the WFABB chats. So this is her statement. Yes, I told you I was 100% with this business when we had our phone call, and I told you I'm willing to work on getting better at my leadership. But then right after telling you that, you kicked me off of my WUWW day, which demotivated me so much and confused me that you think you can take away from me the business that I built just because in recent times I haven't been showing up as much. I opened up to Daniela personally as one of my close friends on how I am feeling after you did that to me. And now you are using my private conversation I had with her as a friend against me, when I also never once told Daniela that I'm not doing this business anymore. Like I said, I would have loved to share my WUWW day with Sabrina. She's amazing. It's the way you handled the situation that threw me off and opened my eyes. Just because I don't always want to run things or move the way you want doesn't mean I have an ego. I'm a lot different than you. So I'm just standing my ground and staying true to myself. Like we always say, you don't have to be like this or that person. You can find your own way to do this by being you. But for you to kick me out of the leaders chat and the main WFAB chat with all my people, last time I checked, I have 1,100 market partners in my organization that I am building with is insane to me. I don't know why you would ever feel like it's okay to do that. You want to kick me off WFAB? Okay, no problem. Sabrina has been putting in the work. The majority voted, and I wished her the best. But kick me out of the chat? Why would you do that? So the voice clips that Jasmine sent to Kelly, I had to screen record from Isabella Lanter's first video on WFAB. So that was the only place where I could find the full voice clips. So unfortunately, the quality is not super good. There's some music in the background, and the video itself is quite fuzzy because I had to zoom in all the way to so you could actually see, what Kelly said and, all of that stuff. So I apologize that the quality is not 100,000%, but this is the best that I could do. So please forgive me. But anyways, this is what was sent afterwards.
In regards to you getting taken out of the group chats, it's the reason for that is because you are so hot and cold. You are hot and cold, Kelly, okay? You're telling me you're all in, and then you go and you are telling Daniela, oh, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. First of all, you do know that's your downline, right? So again, leadership thrown out the window, okay? And then, you're telling her you don't know and this and this and that. And then people are showing me that you're doing crypto now or whatever. I don't even know what you're doing. And so it's very on and off. Instead of talking to me and communicating with me and being honest with how you feel, you go and you tell your downline instead. So you know what happens. When people are hot and cold, they get, and that's exactly what happened. And this is, again, so that you can be aware, I'm having a business conversation with you. This has nothing to do with our friendship. Okay? Nothing. And I see you posting subliminals about this and that and that. I know you're in your feelings. Trust me. I know it's not easy to take this on, but you fail to be aware of yourself and the things that you have done. Can you honestly tell me that you have been putting in massive work, just like how Sabrina was doing, with you being here at the beginning? You are not taking responsibility. What you're doing is you are acting on your rights. I have a right to be here because I did it at the beginning with Jasmine. You don't get recognized for what you did 2 years ago, babe. You get recognized what you do today.
And so she responds, Jasmine, are you hearing yourself? You're saying you kicked me out of the chats because you think I'm hot and cold based off my private conversation I had with Daniela. Since Daniela told me about our conversation, why would you not talk to me first to clear things up instead of just automatically kicking me out of the WFAB chats? And so Jasmine responds, if you scroll up, I did say I was going to message you this week until you cooled down. And after that 2-hour conversation of trying to get you to open up didn't work, I left the ball in your court and told you when you were ready to open up, you can message me. And instead of doing that, you went to your downline to vent. Like I said, you're difficult to communicate with, and anything I say or do, you take it as an attack instead of self-analyzing. This was the exact conversation I was avoiding. I'm not here to argue, I'm here to let you know why this is happening. You can do what you want with the info. Please let me know where your head's at with the business, and if you're still doing it, I'll add you back into the main chat. So this all occurred on the 8th of November, and then just a few days ago, I believe it was either Thanksgiving or this Thursday or Wednesday, Kelly received this voice message from Jasmine.
Hey Kelly, how are you? I hope you're doing amazing. I'm sending out this voice message to you just to kind of get you in on what's been happening with WFABB, behind the scenes, what's going on and stuff. And it's only fair for me to message you directly and let you know, just because you've been a huge part of WFABB. I mean, you were the second person that started with me, so I know that you deserve to know everything and be in on this. If anything, I do want you to be a part of this. I would love for you to be a part of this. I know Daniela A told you briefly of where we are headed. We are going to iGenius. We are gonna start in a bit, like in a couple of days, just kind of launching everything. I wanted to let you know, to get you in on it. Now, I totally respect if you're not interested. I know you work with Nino, and I know the things that have been, going on with the stuff with Nino and Rakan and stuff. So, but I wanted to just lay that out for you and just let you know that if you were to be interested, I do have something for you. But again, I'm doing that because I know that you were a part of building up WFABB, and I would never want you to feel like you got dumped off and like nothing, and we didn't think about you, because you were in the plans, you were in the works of this all. And I know we haven't really spoken, we're not really on good terms, speaking wise, but I just want to let you know that I care for you, and I obviously want you included in this. But yeah, I totally understand if you don't want to do it. I respect that, but I just want you to know that there is always a place for you here. Okay? Hopefully you're doing great, and hope to hear from you soon.
Yes, I heard from Daniela G and Daniela A that you already signed up to iGenius under Rakan, and a bunch of the other top leaders did too. It's crazy to me that you were just telling me this now, once you and the other leaders were already signed up, especially since you've been thinking about it since you dropped 7 ranks. Keep in mind that Monet has 10 ranks, so Jasmine's not doing too hot. And the fact that you have been talking about it for a while between Dre and both Danielas, but yet you never told the one person who has the second biggest organization in WFABB, and the person who has always told you to get into Bitcoin and crypto, who is supposed to be your best friend. Yikes. Please don't take it as a personal attack. This is me being really real with you. And then Kelly said in her story, so in her previous voice note, we were friends and she cares about me, but now she's getting real and saying we haven't been friends. LMAO, pick a side. You look like a clown. Ugh. So Jasmine continues, let's be real, we haven't been acting like best friends. It's been an on and off friendship this whole year. You're the only one who I really feel not being honest with me. I told you so many times to open up to me, and all you say is nothing's wrong and everything is okay. The final decision was made really recently, and we were not on speaking terms. Before that, it was just a thought in my head. I told the girls very briefly, and for us to go all out in the next 60 to 90 days to see if anything changes. I didn't feel the need to let you know because even during the Dominican Republic, we were distant. Keep in mind, the Dominican Republic was a recent trip that Monet went on. This is not something you just tell anyone, and the only reason why they briefly knew what I was thinking was because all 3 of them felt like something was up with me and I couldn't hide it for much longer. Also, you guys just had an issue with Rakan, and that gave me even more of a reason to not tell you. Anyway, I'm not here to argue. I have a lot on my plate. I just wanted to let you know the plans and where we are headed. And then Kelly responds, no problem, babe. There's just some things about loyalty I believe you can't teach. Don't take this personally, but I've seen firsthand how you move and how you move with your people, and your morals and loyalty just don't match with mine, hence why I have been distancing. You claim to have best friends, but they're only your best friends for as long as they produce in your business and are under your influence. I've seen it firsthand multiple times. To have a conversation with someone as to how to be a loyal person is not a conversation I'll have with anyone. It's either you got it or you don't. Unfortunate how things played out, but I'm not going to repaint someone after their true colors have been shown. Oh, that is really good. This girl's got away with words, I'll tell you that. I just can't afford to have that energy around me. Anyways, I'm not here to argue with you either, because clearly we don't see eye to eye. If you want to take WFABB into the first network marketing company that robbed you 5 years ago and scammed your whole team, good luck with that. I hope one day you wake up and realize who was really there for you. And then Jasmine responds, "No problem, babe." That is the weakest response I've ever heard in my life. God. So she added more context about iGenius. iGenius used to be called Kuvera, which used to be called Wealth Generations. Due to scamming people out of their hard-earned money, they had to change their name legally 3 times. They're a Forex and crypto MLM company. That doesn't know shit about crypto. They make their money recruiting people to sign up and pay monthly fees of $300 plus. This is the first network marketing company that Jasmine started with 5 years ago, the same company that scammed her and robbed her whole team, the same company that she would always talk shit about throughout the whole time she was working in Monate. I find it incredibly interesting that, well, there are many things in this situation that I find interesting, but I find it particularly interesting that Kelly was getting ragged on by Jasmine for investing in Bitcoin and, working with crypto. And then, honestly, about 2 weeks later, Jasmine is hitting her up saying that she is now going to be going into crypto. That is very, very hypocritical, in my opinion. Another thing that I find interesting, and this is something that I haven't heard anybody else talk about. I mean, I'm sure somebody has, but I'm just saying I haven't seen anybody talk about this. What the heck is up with Daniela spilling a private conversation that she had with Kelly to Jasmine? Like, talk about a snitch, first of all. And just this whole situation just sits really gross in my stomach. Like, it sits like a rock. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. Kelly being involved in Monate and being, as she claimed in her story, the 3rd highest selling person in Canada, that is inherently wrong, obviously, because we know that she's made that off of the backs of people losing money. I don't necessarily think that she's the most trustworthy person in the world, but Jasmine, holy shit, like, she's dunking on Kelly for not doing enough in the business and kicking her off of their, like, weekly call and podcast thing and giving it to some other girl, when she herself has, according to Kelly, and she never said that this wasn't true in her response, that she dropped 7 ranks. There are 10 ranks in Monate, so she's only at the 3rd rank, and she's one of the highest leaders. I think that, honestly, this just proves that even the very tippy top people in MLMs still do not, like, it's still not a sustainable way of making money, because by the looks of things, these girls are not making as much money as they are claiming they are. Either that or they have lost a significant amount trying to keep their shit going. And so I think that this is a very fascinating look into what Monate is really like behind the scenes, especially this particular group. After this, Kelly posted some statements on her story regarding the situation. I also went on her page to see if she posted anything about the situation on there also, but the only recent thing I found was a post about crypto that I'm going to be totally honest, it looked kind of scammy. It's not related to iGenius, it's a totally different company, so I don't know what she's involved with. Hopefully she knows what she's doing, but the post that she made just looks kind of shady overall, so I don't know how I feel about that. But anyways, afterwards I checked out Jasmine's page as well as other high-ranking leaders in WFAB, and I saw their teaser for WFAB 2.0, which ironically has a Squid Game remix for a song. I feel like if you've watched Squid Game, you don't need to know why that's ironic, but spoiler alert, only one person wins in the end of Squid Game and gets all the money, and everybody else dies. So yeah, I even looked on their stories to see if they had anything on there, and I was either too late to see anything, or they never posted anything about it at all. I then discovered that they had a podcast, and my interest was piqued. Now, I'm sure in the messages you recall them talking about WUWW and how Jasmine had kicked Kelly off of it and replaced her with a different girl. Now, WUWW stands for Wake Up with WFAB, and it is a team call that they do every weekday. I don't think that they do it on Saturday or Sunday. And it's basically like motivational speaking, whatever. And then they revert it to a podcast, where basically they just take the audio and turn it into a podcast. Now, I'm going to be honest, listening to it, I was mildly disappointed. The audio from their daily team calls are not very pleasant to listen to, and I'm not just talking about the ridiculousness that spews out of their mouth. I'm talking about the audio quality. It is so bad. It's worse than mine, and I know that mine is not that good, so you can only imagine, and I'm actually going to be showing you some clips from it in a minute, but it's not great. Anyways, their second most recent episode as of this video, which was posted on Thursday and hosted by Dre, which is called Who Moved My Cheese, is quite interesting since there are lots of what I believe to be shady jabs at Kelly. I'll post some short clips, but for context, and this is going to be a little long because it's kind of complicated, Dre is referring to a children's book about change, where two tiny humans and two mice live in a maze where every day they must find cheese to eat. Basically, the mice see that the cheese supply in the spot they usually go is getting smaller, so they start looking for more cheese supplies. But the humans, called Hem and Haw, don't notice that the cheese supply is getting smaller until it's gone, and then they keep returning to their regular cheese spot, but nothing is ever there, obviously because the cheese is all gone. Ha eventually begins to search for more cheese on his own, but Hem is resistant to the change. I'm sure you're already picking up on some themes here, but I'll show you some of the clips, although just to protect myself, I will say that this is all in totally fair use because it is transformative content, so if any of the Dre or WFAB girls try to take down this video, just so you know, that is against YouTube's rules and is also mildly against the law as well. So don't try me, okay?
Their whole worlds flipped upside down. They weren't even aware that this change was happening. They assumed that the cheese was always going to be there, especially because they spent time trying to find that cheese. And Hem panicked and ranted, okay? I know y'all know some Hems in your life. Hem was like, what? No cheese? Who moved my cheese? That's my cheese. I spent time finding that cheese. Some of y'all do this. Some of y'all want to be rewarded for cheese that you found years ago. Some of you want to be rewarded for cheese that you found months ago. Some of you feel entitled, or maybe some people that you know feel entitled to cheese that you found a long time ago, but the circumstances have changed. Exactly, Sierra. You don't get points today for yesterday's game. Facts. Hem was stuck on the fact that he worked so hard to find this cheese and that was his cheese and he wanted his old cheese back. And Ha finally gave up and realized that Hem would have to face his fears himself.
I just came back from the dead and they told me, you still not that girl.
Now, I may be totally wrong with my assumption, but I really do believe that Dre is speaking about Kelly in this podcast when she talks about the Hems of the world. especially after one person commented, "You don't get points today for yesterday's game," since that sounds quite similar to when Jasmine said, "You don't get recognized for what you did 2 years ago, you get recognized for what you do today." I listened to that particular podcast not just because it was posted on Thursday, but because Dre was hosting. And if you know anything about her, you know that she is quite the loudmouth, and I figured she probably wouldn't keep her mouth shut when she really should. And I was right. But anyways, whether she was referencing Kelly or not, she's definitely pressuring people to embrace the upcoming change. And keep in mind, at this point, the official announcement of the move to iGenius had not been announced yet, and so she's just hinting change at people at this point. Dre also hosted a Zoom call that I watched and screen recorded where she attempts to explain Forex and crypto and announces officially that WFABB is joining iGenius. And just from watching this call, this honestly sounds like a money pit to me. And in my opinion, the way that she described the way this thing works, it sounds a lot like a classic pyramid scheme because you're literally just pushing money around. And this is all my opinion and alleged, but this sounds honestly kind of scary. Like, it genuinely sounds like the classic definition of a pyramid scheme, a productless pyramid scheme. But I'll let you have a listen yourself.
Now, there's other, we understand that different people have different financial situations. So we have different ones as well, but it would limit your access to all of the services. Okay. This is why Elite is the most popular one, but you can start on any one and you can upgrade it anytime and just pay the difference. Okay. And that's how you get started. But do you want to know how you can make your monthly subscription free? Okay. All that you do is try the services. If you like them, you share it with 4 people. Okay. Share with 4 people and it will be free. Your monthly fee is going to be waived, meaning you don't have to pay your $175 or $99 monthly. Okay, if you share it with 4 people. It just has to be 4, not 4 every month, just 4 in total. As long as 4 people are using the services that you signed up using your link, then guess what? Your monthly fee is waived. Okay, if it's anything more than 4, then we'll start to pay you. And that's something called affiliate marketing or network marketing.
So, early Monday morning / late Sunday night, Jasmine, Dre, and several other high-ups in WFABB posted that they were officially leaving Monate. They even claimed that they were still going to be using their hair care though, but I highly doubt that. But anyways, this whole situation is actually so bizarre and out of the blue. As much as I hate Monate, I honestly really do hope that they sue the shit out of these girls for what they're doing, because what they're doing is called cross recruiting and it's actually illegal. So they could very, very, very easily get sued. If you know anything about Jessie Lee Ward, aka I Am Boss Lee on Instagram, she did a very similar thing with her former network marketing company where she moved her entire, maybe not her entire, but her downlines, a lot of them, into a different multi-level marketing company, and her original one sued her because it's against their terms of services and it's also illegal, like I said. So these girls are not only playing a really dangerous game with this iGenius company because it sounds so incredibly shady, but they're also playing a very dangerous game with what they're doing, essentially stealing business from Monate. And again, I hate Monate. I think they're a terrible company and they are regularly scamming people and they harbor some pretty shady products. But if they sue these girls, they're technically in the right of that situation, and I really hope that they do. And as much as I don't fully trust Kelly, considering she was a high up in Monate, I'm pretty sure that she's left, by the way, which good for her, but I'm so glad that she came out with this information because she, I'm sure, saved a lot of people from joining WFABB in their current business venture. So I'm so glad that she had the courage to do that, because I'm sure it was scary, considering we know how, especially when it comes to big groups and teams like that, you can really be alienated if you leave and speak out, because, a lot of them have a very culty mentality like that. And so I'm so glad that she did that, because that there are a lot of people that would have followed Jasmine and Dre and these other high-ranking girls into this scam, honestly, totally blindly, because, they're the leaders. But anyways, so that's my entire take on this drama. I'm sure that there's some information that I'm missing out on. If you know anything more about iGenius, leave it in the comments below. I did a little bit of looking into it, and it looks incredibly, incredibly shady, and I honestly don't know why anyone would join it, but I guess if your top leaders are pressuring you into it, then you would probably do just about anything. So yeah, if you know any more information about this drama that I wasn't able to put in this video because I missed it or anything like that, then leave it in the comments below. Let me know what your opinions are. Keep in mind, I'm filming this on Monday, so there may be some things that I missed or that came out, after I've already filmed and recorded this video. So yeah, like the video if you liked it, disliked it if you disliked it, subscribe if you feel like it. If you don't feel like it, that is totally fine. I have no hard feelings about that at all. And yeah, I guess I will hopefully see you guys in the next video, which will most likely be my regularly scheduled r/anti-MLM Reddit reading video. So there you go. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.